Welcome back to Las Vegas and an old friend, Terry Fator. How are you?
I'm doing just fantastic here.
Look at you. The last time we came there, you were a bachelor living it up. Now you're married.
I am married. I wasn't a bachelor living it up, though. I was engaged to her. So,
how's married life?
We love it. We absolutely love being married, and we've been married since November the 3rd. And well, what do you think, baby? You like married life?
She's not saying much.
No, she's not.
Now, were the puppets at the wedding? Who was your best man?
Absolutely no puppets at the wedding. And what we did was we stole off to Hawaii and had a nice little beautiful Hawaiian wedding right on the ocean, on the beach, overlooking the ocean. It was a beautiful ceremony, and just family and everything. It was wonderful.
Well, congratulations. I mean, life couldn't get any better for you right now. I mean, privately, you're happy. The show is doing gangbusters business. People are still coming in, and you're one of the biggest stars on the Strip.
Well, thank you. That's we were just named Best All-Around Entertainer in Las Vegas by the Las Vegas Review-Journal, which is a huge honor.
Right, and there aren't many of those left. In the old days, there were. Now you're about the only one left, aren't you, that can sing? Do you do a bit of ballet dancing? Maybe we could throw that in. But I mean, the comedy and the singing and the ventriloquism, I mean, it's all there, isn't it?
I try to just make it the show as entertaining and energetic as possible, and I take every single talent that I have and I stick it into the show.
What's new since last year? I'm about to see the show again. I mean, last year it got better than the year before. You keep adding and adding, don't you?
Yes, and I personally think this is the best show I've ever done. I put this thing together in the last year. It's completely different, by the way. If you saw it last year, we've totally rewritten the show, and we have a brand new character, Barry Fabulous, who is... Barry Fabulous is his name.
Now, let's do a little competition. Barry Fabulous. Could this guy be an extrovert?
Well, yes, he's an extrovert. He calls this his world coming out tour, and we have a big closet that we wheel on stage, and he comes out of the closet right there in front of everybody.
I think if you're going to do it, Vegas is the best place, don't you?
I think so too. And what we wanted to do was kind of make fun of that whole Liberace thing, where everybody kind of knew he was out of the closet, but he never would admit it. Well, that's kind of what Barry Fabulous is. He never quite admitted, but it's pretty obvious.
So he's the only one not in on the joke.
Exactly, but I needed a character that could do Barbra Streisand and Judy Garland and some voices like that, and so that's what I created Barry Fabulous for. So
for those who don't know or haven't listened to the interviews in the past, there you were on America's Got Talent, and you do the voices of the people you're impersonating via a puppet on stage. That's basically the act.
That's right. I can sing like just about anyone without moving my lips. I think I'm the only person in the world that can do that, and luckily I guess that's why I'm the best all-around entertainer in Vegas.
Well, indeed. So what's your greatest talent then? Is it being able to mimic the people whose songs you're covering, or being a ventriloquist? Because it's two completely different skills, isn't it?
My greatest talent is being married to Taylor Makakoa.
Very good. And is she with you every night? Because I know the last 2 times I've been here, she's been here. Is this kind of your way of getting into the show, kind of relaxing and just being as comfortable as you can backstage?
Absolutely. Well, she's my onstage assistant as well, and we pretty much do everything together. We love to just be together, and so we work together and we stay together, and it's wonderful. But it's a great life. We love doing this. I traveled for 20 years playing fairs, festivals, schools, and to be able to go home and sleep in the same bed every night is just, it's incredible.
I think people probably think that your job in the past was glamorous and fun and all of that and showbiz, but actually life on the road is miserable. To have your own theatre is one thing, but then that big billboard at the front where Siegfried and Roy used to be, and your big faces on it for everybody to see, you can't miss it. Is that the greatest thrill ever?
Absolutely, yeah. It's amazing to see taxi cabs with your face on them and name on them and billboards all over town. And it's weird though. I still don't feel like a celebrity. I still feel like the same old guy that I always was. I don't guess I ever will now. It's been what, 3 years now, so.
But again, you've got this big band behind you, and that must be a thrill in itself, because in the old days, I guess you just worked to tapes.
I did. I worked with tapes and having a band, and I consider my band to be the best band in Las Vegas, and when you see them tonight, you'll agree.
And of course, you've got the great PA system. Does that help you in any way? Is there any trickery, any pokery that goes on in some magic kind of way to make you sound more like these guys than you really are?
No, we don't do any kind of effects or anything on the microphones or anything. It's all what you're hearing is live. In fact, that's what I do. I just do impressions of singers.
On top of all the other stuff we've already mentioned, you're funny as well. I mean, this is a comedy show. You make your characters extremely funny. Do you write all that yourself?
I do. I come up with most of the ideas, and then I have a writing team, and we all sit around and punch everything up. But all of the ideas come from me. Yes.
How does it work then? Do you kind of, with your new character, find a character that can get you to sing songs that you want to sing? How does it? In which way does it work?
Yeah. Well, like with Barry Fabulous, I thought, I don't have.
Why do I laugh every time you say that name?
It's a great name, isn't it? He says, I just got to thinking about some stuff that I didn't have in my show, and I thought, I don't have any of these great female diva, Cher and Bette Midler and Judy Garland, and I thought, I need a character that can do these. So I thought, well, who better than a gay icon who can do these great female divas? And so we were able to put together a character that is incredibly lovable. In fact, he has very quickly become the most popular character in the show. So
I don't want to start a lawsuit, but there's another Barry on the strip who's doing big business. There's no coincidence there, is there?
Absolutely not. No, there really isn't. I just wanted him to be. I loved the name Fabulous because he says he used to be with a law firm, Fabulous, Long and Fabulous, and so I thought that Fabulous was a great name for him, and I just thought Barry was a cute way. And then his thing is, it's not spelled Barry, it's spelled Berry, because he says my show needs more fruit and less cheese. So
Fabulous, Long and Fabulous. That sounds like a South Park movie, doesn't it?
Yes, it certainly does.
Something like that. So we've got all that. I like the word delicious. Could you create a character by the next year? You've got 12 months to do it with delicious in the title.
You know what? That's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad one either. Now, listen, I noticed you got the bowl of fruit behind you. And talking of delicious, we know you're a sex symbol. We've talked about this before. Do you struggle to keep the weight down in this Vegas?
Not at all. No, I don't worry about it. I'm married now. I don't have to worry about the weight. Right, baby?
Wow. Wow, that's quite a claim. Shall we come back and review this in 10 years? See how that's going. Hey, listen, we better let you go. I know you're backstage now. What are you thinking about? So an hour before you go, half an hour, in fact, before you go on stage, what's going through your head? Are you thinking about the show yet, or does it just come to you once you stand on stage?
No, I've put so many thousands and thousands of hours into it that I just kind of relax, and then when I step out on stage, the show takes care of itself.
And the voice in the desert, a lot of people moan about that. Is it just part of the course for you that you go on there and do the best you can?
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing about being able to keep your voice up in the desert is to have a high humidity in your home. And my home is set at about 50% humidity at all times, and I stay in my house as much as I can just so that I don't get that dryness. That can be the real problem. So,
just very finally about Very Fabulous. Where do you put your hand when you're putting him on stage? I'm wondering how to say this, but is there another way of avoiding any further jokes?
I put it wherever he wants it. He's the guy that's making the money.
Hey, Terry, congratulations on this. It is a tremendous show, and thank God for you, because there's so few one-man shows left. I mean, let's face it, how many billboards are there in Vegas with just one face on them?
That's very true, and that's something that I feel like Vegas needs to come back to, is just find really great entertainers. You don't have to spend $150 million, bringing out 500 people on stage. Hey, just get some great entertainers, get them out there, and people will come.
And what about England? We need to get you to the UK, because people would love to see this show if they can't make it to Vegas. What's the chance of that happening?
Absolutely. We're already working in the next year or two on doing a tour in England, so we'll get there.
Well, they'd love you. There's nobody like you in the world, and thank God for Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent, because without that, you'd still be working these crappy clubs doing about 100,000 miles on the road each year.
I totally agree with you. Thank goodness for America's Got Talent, Simon Cowell, Britain's Got Talent. Oh, I just couldn't have done it without him.
And they tell me you're on 100 million for 10 years. Could you lend me a few quid towards my medical bills that I've had since I was here?
That's right. You hurt yourself in America.
And it didn't involve a puppet either. Hey, listen, I can't wait to see Barry Fabulous. That sounds marvellous to me. And Terry Fator and Mrs. Fator, thank you very much. Thanks for having us backstage, and we look forward to the show.
Thank you. Enjoy it.